I put my dad in the street against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad, I've punched him a few more times.
5 blokes outside my front door, can you come and help
One
me?
hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.
Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Velas here in Nottingham. Already joins me. We've just seen Rhiannon Dixon go 6 rounds and get another win on her resume against an opponent who's been in with both Serrano sisters and Michaela Mayer. So a good step up for her tonight and a good performance.
Yeah, no, definitely was, and just sort of wraps up a matchroom interview there. And I think the key thing is it's activity for Rhiannon. It was a good opponent. I think Anthony said she's had some very good sparring, and that it's important for us to keep her active. But I think, look, this was her last 6. She's doing an 8 next. But no, she showed some good things. There's things to work on, of course, but she hits very hard, and the record doesn't show that at the moment. And she's like, oh shit, I didn't get her out there, but it's going to come. Like, she will stop people as the rounds progress. But I'm delighted with that performance. Ant's really pleased. Just Rhiannon's just perhaps a bit overly critical of herself.
Yeah, I was going to say, from watching it, you can tell that she's heavy-handed. So I suppose, I'm not one to put my 2 pence in, but for her, I suppose, when she starts finishing opponents, that's when you'll see exactly what she's about. Because you can tell from watching it, she can hit hard. And she was hurt at times.
Yeah, she was. And I think it's that feet placement, it's getting in and out of range. She landed a really good shot in the first round. And then she just neglected the jab. And we're like, Rhiannon, get back on the jab, like open her up and stuff. And look, she was a bit awkward with the movement. But I think, look, if you go and ask Kiss, I doubt she's been hit by many people. Serrano, of course. But there's probably been very few people that have hit her as hard as Rhiannon Dixon. And yeah, I think she should be very proud of herself for what she's done tonight.
And you know what boxing's like. People will ask fighters to be moved very quickly. You said that was her last 6, so she'll do an 8. And I suppose there'll be titles beyond this. I know the end aim will be a world title for her, but there'll be titles before this that you're looking at next year. I don't know, Commonwealths and things like that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's the sort of discussions Anthony and I had when she approached me to manage her. I said, look, I think you need to have the learning fights such as these, a few more of these, step the rounds up. There's no rush with her. Look, she hasn't got a decorated amateur background, so we need to be careful. We will be careful. We'll give her the correct fights. But no, I'm very excited about her. I think she's going to do great things in the sport.
Yeah, really look forward to seeing where she can go. You knew I was going to ask you about this. Callum Smith, Smith-Buatsi, talk to me, because I'm not being funny. That is a mouth-watering fight.
Yeah, so, mate, people love it on social media and they're putting graphics.
I bet you've been having this for a couple of weeks now, haven't you?
Yeah, a bit, but I think, look, neither...
It's a good thing, because people want to see that.
Yeah, but I think the reality is that fight's not going to happen. Sorry to piss on everyone's chips and disappoint them. Look, I speak to Josh's team. I speak to Josh. Obviously, Josh is self-managed. Callum's self-managed. We work with Callum. That fight doesn't make sense for either of them at the moment. Look, I'm in the Callum Smith business. I work for him. Callum's focused. Look, he's won a final eliminator. He wants Beterbiev. So, of course, look, we want him to keep active. But if that fight's to happen in the future, I think it needs to have a world title. And I don't think it makes business sense. Sorry to, like I say, disappoint. Everyone's like, oh, let's do these big domestic fights. It's an incredible division, but let's get Callum a world title. That's our main focus.
Yeah, I was going to say, everyone wants big domestic fights, but when the alternative for Callum is Beterbiev, literally no one's going to turn their nose up, because again, that's just a monster fight.
It is a monster fight, and look, it's a shootout. Callum, but I think Callum's demonstrated how heavy-handed he is and how dangerous he is at 175. And look, Beterbiev is a monster. He's a bastard of a man. But look, you go into that fight, you roll the dice. He throws, and we see what happens. But yeah, there's a bit of backlog with, of course, the belt situation. We're putting pressure on the WBC. They've got their convention coming up soon. So yeah, let's see what comes out of that.
And Dalton Smith, I just spoke to him just now, but I'll ask you, kind of a lot of the stuff online when the purse bid has been won by someone else or a fight's going to go on another promotional card, a lot of people just presume that the fighter has potential to pull out of that fight. I kind of just ask you bluntly, will Dalton fight Casey Benjamin? Because again, that's a really good domestic fight.
Yeah, he'll fight Casey Benjamin. There was never a doubt that we were going to pull out of that fight. Of course, look, disappointing host promoter didn't win the bid, as was Eddie, but look, it's a very aggressive marketplace at the moment. It's great for the fighters because Dalton's getting a fantastic payday, which he deserves, because he's going to be a very big star, not just for Sheffield, but for this country. And we'll take that fight. Sort of obviously keep it posted in terms of sort of fight news and stuff for that.
Yeah. And just one more, I've just seen her ringside, I'll chat to her in a bit, but Skye Nicholson gets, I suppose, what she wanted. I remember speaking to her in San Diego, and part of her thing with signing with Matchroom was they're going to go global, and it doesn't get further away from here than Australia, and she gets one thing that she really wants.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that was something that when I first spoke to Skye and Kevin and Sandy and all the other fighters we work with, it's Matchroom do it very well, where you have to build the fighters in their home city, and in Skye's case, our home country. it's imperative that she boxes back there. This is the first step in doing that. She's very popular in the States, very popular here. And so yeah, you're going to see her fight all over the world. It's a fucking nightmare for me because I've got a missus and kids, and she's like, "Where the fuck are you going next?" So yeah, you're kind of juggling that. But look, it's mate, she's wicked, and yeah, I'm really excited to go. I've never been to Australia, so I'm really excited to go.
Yeah, my dad in the street against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad. I've punched him a few more
There's 5
times.
blokes outside my front door. Can you come and help
One
me?
hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.